Hi, it's Chef Tea Time here, and I'm in my favorite kitchen up in Amboy, Washington, and I'm getting ready to make a chocolate coconut smoothie. I am going to introduce to you a food that I just discovered, and quite accidentally actually, and it's raw cacao. I'm going to show it to you right here. I'm sure that you've probably heard, if you've been reading any articles about health or power foods, like how powerful blueberries are for you and how good red wine is for you. Well, the reasons that these foods are all really good for you is because they have antioxidant flavonoids, which means they're really high in these antioxidants that actually prevent disease. And now cacao has come on the market, or raw chocolate. So if you'll notice in the stores, they have all these chocolate bars and they say like 70% chocolate or 50% chocolate. And you want to get that dark chocolate ratio as high as you can to maybe sugar, so that there's less sugar in it but more chocolate. Well, because I'm not a big chocolate fan, I just didn't kind of get it. And now and then I would buy a chocolate bar and I would eat it, and I didn't really feel any kind of boost from it. Until one day I came home and I actually decided, I feel like not a raw, but like a chocolate smoothie. It was hot and I live in Maui, and I just wanted something cold, and I thought, well, I think I'll try some chocolate. And I had just bought this powdered cacao, but I hadn't really used it yet. So here's what I did, and I'll show you exactly what I did. I put in some cold water, and then I added some my coconut cream concentrate. So if you've watched some of my other DVDs, you know I love this food. This is really just sun-dried coconut ground up at a very slow process with, not a lot of heat. So it's basically just coconut meat with the fat already in it, lots of fiber, high in protein, an excellent food source. So if you were to take some of this coconut cream concentrate and add water to it, you're really just going to get coconut milk, because it's concentrated and it's raw. It's not like it's been out of a can. It's absolutely delicious. It's almost like, like peanut butter. It's just ground up peanuts. This is ground up coconut. Same difference. Okay, so we're going to put a couple of tablespoons of that in, the water, and then I always use, or this is what I used that day, of my discovery day, of this J-Rob's vanilla protein powder. Now, I love J-Rob's. This is a whey protein powder, because they're highly flavored and they mix really easy with water. This one is vanilla, and I don't think that most chocolate milkshakes are made with vanilla. And it's sweetened with stevia, so it's already pretty sweet. So a couple of scoops of that. Now I'm making extra because we've got a crew here that can't wait to try this. And then, because I hadn't really tried this before, I put in like 2 giant tablespoons for. I just doused it in. I thought, I want something chocolate and I want something cold. So I put a couple of big tablespoons of the cacao in. Now this raw cacao is a fair trade item. It comes from Peru. It's grown, the cacao beans are grown under the trees. And years ago, when the Spaniards came to Central America in search for gold, this is what they found that was being traded. It is such a highly valued food. Okay, so we've got some cacao, we've got our coconut cream concentrate, and because this is bitter and it's not sweetened, I'm going to add just a little bit of agave. Now, agave, and we've already got this sweetened with stevia, so it's already pretty sweet. But the agave adds such a delicious flavor. It's not agave, if you haven't used it before, this is a great food to sweeten with, because it doesn't spike the blood sugar. And it adds just, a flavor that doesn't take over your other flavors. It's a great sweetener. Honey and maple syrup are really great too, but they will definitely change the flavor of something. So we're just going to whip this up in my Vitamix. It's good to start it out on slow. And let me tell you something. This is a little secret about using this coconut cream concentrate or coconut oil if you put it into smoothies. Let me turn this off for a second. Because coconut oil gets really hard, at room temperature. Not room, it depends on the temperature of the room, right? If it's really cold out, it's going to get solid. And if it's really warm out, it's going to melt immediately. It'll melt in your hands really quickly. So if you put the ice in and then put the cocoa in, what's going to happen is it'll, the coconut oil will get cold immediately when it hits that ice, and it'll start forming little chips. So when you drink it, you get these little chips of coconut oil. So it's much better to put your coconut cream concentrate or your coconut oil in the smoothie first. And I make all my smoothies with this. This is my milk, instead of like a packaged, rice drink or almond drink or soy drink. This is a much better food. So I've already put it in, so I'm going to go ahead and start whipping it up. I'm going to get this really high, and then I'm going to add my ice. Okay, so now I want to tell you what happened after I drank this. I didn't think it was any big deal. Remember I told you that I didn't get the chocolate thing. It never made me high. So I drank this and I went up like 10 notches. This food is an incredible food. Not only does it give you energy, but something like coffee or something kind of makes me a little tense. I can drink a little of it, but I get tight in the muscles. The value of this food and why the Incans and the Peruvians and all of these people loved it, and it was so valued, is because it actually reaches your feel-good neurotransmitters. And I want to tell you, the mood is quite beautiful. And I just never knew it until I experienced, I think, enough of it. So I went around town telling everybody about raw cacao. I turned all my friends onto it. Everybody was buying the coconut. People were calling me and saying, wow. But I think you have to have a good spike of it. And if you get it raw like this has not been roasted, so therefore it has a higher, it's going to absorb better. It has all of its enzymes in it so that it's going to digest better. And I think you're going to get a much better feel for it if you're looking for a power food like that. So, I got my glasses right here. Anybody ready for a raw chocolate amazing smoothie? Ooh. I should probably taste it myself, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Sometimes I want to sweeten it just a little bit more. And you'll notice I put 2 scoops of the protein powder in it so that I could make enough for everybody. I'll try this one. Now, you don't want to eat too much of this. You might not sleep very well. So I definitely have learned how to pace myself because I was a little excited for about 4 days. Enjoy. Oh my gosh, that is so good.